One thing about loneliness or spending time alone or working on something on your own is that you do gain confidence for yourself. Well, you spend time with yourself, which a lot of people don't really do these days. Well, you're spending a lot of time alone, but most likely you are spending time with your phone, which means that you are opening your brain or letting another world dictate your mind's thoughts. And being alone, working towards something, studying, writing a book, making a video, or like starting a company, working towards a strategy, doing things like that means that you're spending a lot of time with yourself thinking, right? And that has a value in itself. And if you are working very hard and doing that all on your own, then again, that develops a confidence or a respect for yourself, which in turn develops a confidence within you, right? And that also brings you to a point where you don't really care about what other people think of you, because you know what you think of yourself. There's so many people who are confused and trying to please others because they do not know what they think of themselves, or they do not think of themselves that highly, so they want that attestation or affirmation from a third party source. So loneliness does help you in that manner. A lot of the ideas that I talk about today, you won't find anywhere else, because that is a product of my mind, and that is like that because I spent a lot of time alone, right? Sometimes to an unhealthy manner. I'm just trying to show you both sides and all the possibilities and the outcomes that happen. Okay. All right. So here's apart from sixth chapter of The Boy Who Did Not Sign, page 157. Again, no spoilers, but this is an early morning before a semester examination in Scar Academy. So Scar Academy is divided into 4 quarters. This is probably third quarter, and the boy has already spent the past quarters preparing for ISRO exams and all, and GATE exams and all, preparing for other competitive examinations. So he's in a bad spot basically, and he needs a lot of marks in this examination to just get a pass. And passing is important, because if you fail in a subject, then you lose a degree and you might have to repeat next year, or you won't get a job. So there are a lot of problems. The least that this academy expects from you is to pass, and the passing marks is 50, which is quite difficult. 50 out, you need to get 50% to pass. So he did not sleep all night. His head is spinning crazy, because the last he slept was like 30 hours ago or so, and he has been studying non-stop for the past 8 hours, because he literally has to finish a whole quarter of that subject within like 24 hours or so. That is how Ashwin Talks deals with academy exams, because all the other time he's preparing for ISRO or some competitive examination, right? So he decides to, instead of going to sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, because he's having an exam at 9 o'clock anyways and he still has syllabus to cover, he decides to go out and take a walk towards the beach. Luckily, one thing is going good for him is that he's just like a walking distance from the east coast of India, that is Bay of Bengal. And because nuclear power plants are generally established close to the ocean or some water source, right? So he gets out and he walks towards the beach, and then he gets to the sea coast and cold breeze of air over there. But this is Tamil Nadu, so you know it's never going to be cold. Most likely it's going to be very pleasant, because it's a cool breeze of air where mostly things are very humid and hot. So this is where he gets these thoughts. Nobody remembers the second man on moon. Failures are not remembered. Failures are ignored. Losers don't matter. Well, this has a bright side. If you fail, people will forget about you pretty quick. That means they'll forget about your failures as well. I wonder why people are so afraid to fail then. I wonder why then they are so afraid to go for what they really want. You are literally getting millions of free opportunities to fail. Life is like a video game after all. you do get a replay button in life. You can fail in 100 attempts at it, and it was never lost in the history books. You only have to win once, and that will be recognized. Pretty fair if you ask me. So basically, he gets to a point where he does not really care about failure or success. He does not really care about what people think. And that is a very important point to reach for you, where you stop pleasing other people. And that is one thing that loneliness does give you. You would be wise to find a good balance, but I think loneliness and socializing is just like hard work and smart work. I think it starts with hard work and over time you get to smart work. I think it starts with loneliness and over time you learn to balance other people. And this is another, if you are an extrovert, I know this because I'm close to few extroverts, and I see the problems that they face. They need people, they need to talk to people, and they need to spend time with other people, and this becomes a limitation of you, because when you need other people might try to take advantage, and this is where it really plays positively for introverts. They don't really need other people, they're okay with spending time alone. I think extroverts should learn to spend some time alone as well. You should be okay, you should be welcoming other people, but you should not be needing other people. And introverts, on the other hand, they are okay with never having interactions or having minimal interactions, right? But it will hurt you in other ways as well. Well, we are social creatures, and eventually you are going to be working in a society or doing something with other people. And if you're not good over there, no matter how skilled you are, man, I've seen so many people's career going down the drain because they are just not good with other people. And also, sometimes you might be making a mistake. Sometimes you are thinking wrong. You need other people to correct that. That is why in a company, if there's an idea, multiple people sit down in a meeting and brainstorm to find out what is the limitation of one particular idea. So your head might be having an idea which is just wrong, right? So introverts should work towards little bit of socializing and knowing other people. Now, even if you are having a goal of competitive examination, preparing for something, or an ambitious career, or a side hobby that you want to turn into career, I would say still invest some amount of time with other people. Try not to talk much about your ventures if they are very negative about that, and if they are negative about it, try to deal with it, because that is how you are going to learn, because eventually that is the state I was able to reach, and that is the state you should try to aim for. Now, what you are doing is your thing, and others' opinion is not going to hurt, and you will realize that most people don't even give a shit about what you are trying to do. So that is, I think, how isolation should be dealt with. Like, you should be okay with it, but also you should be socializing. There should be a good amount of balance between them for both introverts and extroverts.